कौन है ये जिसने दोबारा मुड़ के मुझे नहीं देखा? Who is he? Hello. Welcome to another podcast YouTube of 50 Shades of Single. Today, I want to talk about my favorite topic, people, especially the gay people of Delhi, the gay queens. And they're all like, परसों के दिन भी यही पहना था ना, तो मैं काफी सूट करता है. If I had to divide it in categories, not grinder categories, not bears and jocks and nerds, we don't have those rules in Delhi. Delhi is more the fashion gays, the expats, and everybody else. I mean, who cares about them anyway? And of course, you can accuse me of being, I don't know, the fashion gay, or the expat, or everybody else. So let me elaborate. The fashion gays, they come from mostly Delhi. They've grown up there. They kind of know each other, so they kind of come from privileged backgrounds where they know each other. They've moved in those circles. They travel to London and Paris and New York only, darling. And they move in those circles. They all wear the same clothes. They all about Zara's and Louis Vuittons and just generic. I would call them generic because they think they're better than everyone, but they actually have nothing to show for themselves, and they have nothing to offer, even in terms of personalities. I mean, I moved into Delhi, and I was growing up in Chandigarh. I kind of knew this page 3 hierarchy, this society, the high society, like the tone of Bridgerton. And I ran into a few of them, and I tried to add them on Instagram, and I spoke to a few on Grindr. And very quickly, one of them said to me, "Aren't you the one that shows a lot of skin? I mean, this is how they like it in Delhi, all ducky and completely prim and proper." So for them, the hedonism of Berlin and skin was a shock, and I was suddenly branded as the slut. I take that as a compliment. It is not. I mean, you have to strive to become a slut. I mean, it's very hard work. It's not easy. But that's for another day. What I want to say is that they banished me and they branded me like that, even though they secretly wanted to fuck me and be with me, but they were too afraid of it. They could not come forward and even say hello. And I've been there 8-9 months, so that's a long time to come and say hello. And you can see the people who have tried to fit in, who don't belong there. It's a bit like the Mean Girls or the Sex Education, and you really see that they are outsiders and they are kind of nice. But the others, the core group, they try to snatch whomever they can, maybe from the expat group or maybe whoever can really fit into their clique. But no one is really allowed in, and everyone else hates them, and they hate everyone. So it's a mutual pecking order, as to speak. Now I would talk about the expats because they are something new to me. And having been coming to India and now being a part of the expat community, it's also very like a little incestuous platonic pool of white gays basically, and they just hang out with each other at the same places and pretend to be all open and nice, whereas they only talk about what India is and the experiences there and the people and where are the people and where do they have sex, except they are unapproachable and they hang in their own little cliques. They don't include anyone, especially any local. And I am maybe a part of the group, but not really, because I am also excluded all the time. And it's interesting because I try to include them in and have invited them over and done things like that, but I never got invites. No one has ever opened their homes or their couches or their beds for me. So I would put that category as a frigid cloud castle category where they just float above everyone else, think they're better, and don't really ever see the reality on ground. So they are a minus. And now comes the rest of the people. Who are my favorite? Who are the people I really want to talk to because they have something to say, because they have interesting backgrounds, because they have interesting lives, they have moved from other places like me, they don't particularly fit into the other two categories, and they have jobs and real lives and want love and want to be married and want sex. And those are the people I only meet. I do not meet the other two people for sex or for dates. I have no interest because they are very mutually exclusive and it's not my style. So with them, I'm all like reveal, 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 and completely myself, which is a slut, an open and honest slut. I enjoy sex, I enjoy people, but you know the main thing? We are more than our skin. We are real people. I may be in all three categories, but I really like people who have something to show for themselves and who are not very judgmental. I mean, everyone's judgmental and everyone gossips, but there's a difference between being nice, being open, being friendly, saying hello, not being a bitch, not being egotistical, and not being a show off, because there's nothing uglier than show off. Kindness goes a long way. So spread the love, say hello, be nice, and don't be the ones I'm talking about. Cheerios!